know, the iPhone Air is so thin, it is packed with a bunch of tips, tricks, and hidden features, like check this out. Okay, so first up, let's make sure we improve this thin battery performance. So here's what you gotta do. Straight away, head inside settings. Then you're gonna go to your battery settings and scroll down to this power mode option. And in here, make sure you turn adaptive power on. Cause now your iPhone Air will literally turn some features on and off by itself to save you a few extra hours of battery life. Neat. Then while you're still in battery settings, make sure you switch on battery percentage. This is actually off by default, which is crazy, but now you'll always know exactly how much juice you've got left. Nice. Then when it comes to charging, there's a few tricks here too. Like when you plug your iPhone Air into charge, you'll see how much time is left till it's charged to 80% on the lock screen. But if you head back inside battery settings, you'll see even more info at the top here, like exactly how much time is left to charge to 100%. And if you want to charge this puppy faster, here's what you should do. Make sure you're using a charging brick that has this 20 watt symbol on the back, because as long as it's 20 watts or higher, it'll charge your iPhone Air from 0 to 50% in like 30 minutes. Sweet. Now that you can count on some extra battery life, let's use that for some camera tricks. Now, even though the Air only has one main 48 megapixel camera, it's actually all you really need. But the thing is, when you open the camera to snap a pic, you'll see the picture's only 12 or 24 megapixels and not the full 48. So to fix that, open up your settings and head down to camera settings. In here, you're going to tap on formats and you see this resolution control. Make sure that is turned on, because once it is, when you open the camera again, you'll now see this new little button in the top left-hand corner that lets you switch to 48 megapixels. So now when you go to snap a pic and open that up, you'll see it is the full 48 megapixels. And as you can see, the quality is so much better than the standard photos. So definitely check that out. But another trick you should know is you see this new button over here. If you tap it, it opens the advanced camera menu. And here's where you can change a bunch of things like your flash, timer, all that jazz. The problem is it's kind of hard to reach it from down here with just one hand. But if you swipe up from the camera mode now, boom, it opens up here too, which makes things way easier to reach. And another kind of hidden menu that you gotta know is up here. If you tap and hold on the flash icon, you've got another menu. Now you can adjust the flash options and live modes to whatever you want. And if you just pop your hand over the camera to activate night mode, you can also customize those options here. But now that you know how to take the best pics, here's a trick you can do with them. Okay, so to set up a sick wallpaper like this, it's actually pretty hidden. First off, open up a pic that you'd like to use as your wallpaper. Then tap the share icon, scroll up and select use as wallpaper. Now here is the most important part. You see this button here? Turn that on. Because now, as soon as you tilt your phone, bam, you've got a freaking 3D wallpaper. It looks so damn cool, and you can get this effect on literally any image. It could be a photo, a downloaded image, anything you want. So definitely play around with this and try it out. But now that you got a sick looking lock screen, you gotta do this. Jump inside your settings, then go to display and brightness settings. In here, scroll down and tap on always on display. Make sure this is on and also toggle on show wallpaper. Now, when you lock your iPhone, the clock and widgets stay and your wallpaper subtly shows through. Nice. Then to customize your phone even further, when you tap and hold down on your home screen, go ahead and select edit, then customize. And in here, I'm pretty sure you've seen these options, like clear, for example, but tinted is definitely my fave because there's so many more options. So you could choose a color from the slider, or you see this icon over here. This lets you color pick a specific color from your wallpaper, like this slightly more vibrant green, or if you tap this icon, it chooses the best overall color that best matches your wallpaper. So cool. But now, let me show you how to customize some of the physical buttons. Now, both the camera button and the side action button are completely customizable. Let's start with the action button by going into settings, then action button, and in here you can set it to do basically anything you want, like visual intelligence, recognize music, or the good old magnifier. But my personal fave, and probably the most useful, is if you select shortcuts. Right at the top in here is the option to open an app. You can then scroll through your entire list of installed apps and pick anything you want, like WhatsApp for example. Now, anytime I want to quickly open WhatsApp, I just push the action button and bam! As for the camera button, to customize this, back inside settings, open up the camera settings, then you're going to tap on camera control, then you're going to tap on customize and turn off every single one of these options except for zoom. Because now, check this out, when you open the camera up and slide your finger across the camera button, it'll only zoom in and out and nothing else. It's just so much easier than having a bunch of different options. And of course, you could obviously swap this out for any other controller, so that basically whatever it is you pick, when you slide the button, it will control just that one setting, nothing else. Oh, and another really nifty button trick you should definitely know is if you press the lock button 5 times really quickly, it opens up this menu where you could quickly turn your phone off if you wanted to, or you can quickly call emergency services in case you're ever in trouble. Literally a life-saving button. But besides the actual buttons, here's something your iPhone Air can do with literal air. Let's say your room gets chilly. Well, with just one tap, you can make it toasty. And to show you what I mean, I've got this thermal camera attached to my iPhone, and in around 10 minutes, check out how fast it heated up. That's because of this high-tech heater I've got connected to my iPhone Air. Trust me guys, I would not recommend it if it wasn't this cool. Firstly, it works insanely quick, like 2 seconds. It starts heating things up, and it also has 3D heating. So it turns in almost every direction to make sure that it spreads the heat evenly. And I'm not even joking when I say this, but it basically makes no noise. Plus, it has eco mode that cuts the power use by 40% by adjusting its own temperature. Something else I love is if it gets bumped or knocked over, it'll switch itself off, making it super safe. And my favorite feature is you can control everything directly from your iPhone. Like, their app is actually really sick. I mean, talk about controlling the air with the iPhone Air. So if you never want to get cold again, check out the DREO Whole Room Heater 714S, links down below. But now, let me show you what you can do with this epic new selfie cam. Bad girls make them say wow. Now the selfie camera on the Air is the exact same one as the 17 and 17 Pro Max. And there's actually so much you can do with it. So you see this button over here? This actually adjusts the orientation and lets you switch between portrait and landscape mode without actually physically turning your phone. You just tap it and boom. The cool thing is your selfies actually look better this way because your arm and your eyes sit more naturally when holding your phone in portrait. But here's where it gets even cooler, because if you tap this button, you can enable auto zoom and auto rotate. Now your iPhone will literally reframe your selfie on its own based on how many people are in the shot, which is so cool. On top of all that, if you switch to video mode and tap this icon in the top right-hand corner, it activates dual capture, which brings up this little window and then records both your front and back camera at the same time. And when you watch it back, it plays both videos so you can see your reaction and also what was happening. But now, let me show you one of the most hidden new features on the iPhone. Alright, check this out. If you open up the Files app and tap on your downloads, if you have any MP3 of a favorite song, maybe a meme sound, it can literally be any MP3. If you now tap the share icon and then swipe up, you'll see this option where we can finally use as ringtone. So the next time someone calls you, you can hear literally any song you want without having to buy it from Apple Music. Hello?
Hello.
But another hidden trick is inside your settings. If you open up your app settings, then tap the P icon to quickly go to phone settings, scroll down and turn on Ask Reason for Calling. Because this is so nifty, now when someone calls you from another number that you do not have saved, your iPhone will automatically pick up for you and ask them for their name and why they're calling.
Hi. If you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Then, when they speak back, it'll show you the reason they're calling, and then you can decide whether you want to answer or decline that call without ever having spoken to someone. But if you do ever miss an important call, then you gotta know how to do this new trick. Inside your phone app, under the Recent tab, if you swipe left on any missed call, then tap the clock icon, you can now set a reminder to call that person back. That way, you'll never forget to call them back. So cool. But if you thought those tricks were hidden, wait till you see these next ones. Okay, now I don't know if you guys noticed, but Apple silently removed something from the keyboard. And before I tell you what it is, here's how to turn it back on. If you tap and hold on the emoji icon and choose keyboard settings, look for character preview and turn this on. Because now your keyboard will go back to normal and have these little letters popping up as you type. So much better. It's a subtle setting or feature, but it does make a big difference. Then back inside your keyboard settings, make sure you also have haptic feedback turned on. This is also off by default, but once it's on, your iPhone vibrates as you type, which personally I love. And here's an extra hidden trick. If you're like me and like falling asleep with videos or music playing, then inside your clock app, if you set a timer for 10 minutes, click on when timer ends and scroll right to the bottom, because you'll see this option stop playing. Now you just start the timer, and once it runs out, instead of ringing, it'll just stop whatever media was playing. An old feature, but so good. So make sure you save this video and subscribe, because we're on the road to 3 million, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Toodles!